Hi, hello everybody, I'm Justin. This is Koopa. Welcome to Koopa's Corner, and we're back with a Pokemon TCG Pocket video. I've got a brand new deck for you. I didn't do a deck for the last set because I do these decks just screen recording on my phone and then I upload them. And I was having some issues, but I have this deck and then I've got another deck coming up very, very soon that I've been working on. It's the deck I wanted to feature last time that I was having issues recording. So I finally got it working. That's how I was able to get you this deck. And that other one is going to be coming very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. This is Great Tusk. I wanted to make Great Tusk because I like Great Tusk as an ancient Pokemon, one of my favorite ancient Pokemon. When I played Scarlet and Violet, I had him on my team. I paired him with Garnganacl because, well, the healing that Garnganacl has kind of pairs really well. I think it's supposed to be together. And then I also have a Koraidon in there just to sort of clean up at the end. At times it can sort of feel like a Koraidon deck, but really the whole point is you're hopefully starting with Great Tusk here. Power it up, attack, get Garnganacl on your bench, you heal. If you get both of them, you heal all of the damage to everybody that you do from Great Tusk, because Great Tusk does 80 for 2, but it also does 20 to your bench, right, to all of your Pokemon on your bench. Well, Garnganacl heals 10 at each check-in, so both of them, you'll heal that 20. They can't even Cyrus. Any damage that they do, you're also doing some heals there as well. And then again, Koraidon, with that ability, you can kind of put it down, soar into the active, take all the energy, and sort of clean up at the end. I don't really like Koraidon that much, to be honest. I like Miraidon a lot better. I don't like discarding my own. But it is. Here it is. Whatever. I just felt like I needed a little punch to kind of clean up and close with. So Koraidon's in there. And he's a new card, and I wanted to feature new cards. So all of these cards are from the new Paradox Drive set. Got a couple Pokeballs, a couple rare candies to get those Garnacles online, an Ancient Energy Booster, a couple Professor's Researches, Sabrina, a Cyrus, a Copycat, and then a Karina and a Professor Sada, and an Arena of Antiquity. So you get some extra damage on your opponent's EXs with that Arena. Plus, if you throw the Karina out there with the Arena, you can really do some sneaky high damage with Great Tusk as well. You don't want to start with Nacli, but sometimes it happens. And then the Professor Sada, this is only running Fighting Energy, so you're not going to be pulling multiple energies. But it's a great way just to pull one from your discard if you had to, for whatever reason, start a Nacli and retreat it. Or, you just throw Koraidon at the end. Or you get Koraidon kind of early, not at the end, but you get him kind of early. You can put that one extra from your discard on there. It kind of helps ramp a little bit. So, anyway, let's get started. We got a couple matches for you today with this deck. So, I was grinding through some of my my random battles here, trying to get my hourglasses. And first up is going to be up against a grass deck, and we've got that unfortunate start with the Nacli. It really is a terrible start because it's a 2 retreat cost. You might be in a good spot with this deck if you threw in a Leaf or an X-Speed. Just for this situation. But running 2, I was like, if it goes down, it goes down. I'm not as worried about it. And we're up against, it looks like, a Trico. So we got that Mega Sceptile deck. And there's our Great Tusk. We can still do a little bit of damage here with the Nacli. Even if you got a ramp Garnganacl, it does 90 for 3, which is 3 is rough. But if you can ramp it, you can ramp it, and then Professor Sada after, if you need to. So worst case is you can attack with it, at least it synergizes. It's not like when you threw an Indeedee into a deck and it's Psychic Energy and you're running it with whatever, right? So just do a little damage just to get him started, because we know he's going to be a Mega. So, Grovyle, we don't love to see bench snipers, but we had the energy advantage this match, so it can't attack yet anyway. So we'll play our Professor's Research here. There's the rare candy. And we might as well switch to Great Tusk. If it takes a little damage, we can heal with the Garnganacl here. And if we draw our Sada next turn, we can start attacking next turn. If not, it's just one more. They don't have any other Pokemon. So, take him 130, plus the poison. Maybe we could just draw our other Great Tusk would be super helpful as well. And there it is, top decking it. So we're just going to power this one. We're going to let our other one go down, and we still will have the heals then. And we can Professor Sada. So it's ready to go. We can just move it in and attack. Did we need to do that right now? Probably not. That might have been a misplay. We might have been better off saving it, but... The nice thing, too, is that we can let both of these Great Tusks go down and still be able to attack with Koraidon, right? Because neither of them are EX. Alright, so we're either going to get our Koraidon or our other Nacli. So we'll just power the Garnganacl, and that way the energy's there for Koraidon when we need to use it. If we could draw our arena, that would have been nice, but just for the extra damage. Their stadium isn't really doing a whole lot right now. And I think we might as well attack with Koraidon. Because I think we just can get some decent value out of this. He can't one-shot us, so I'd rather do the little extra damage with Koraidon and be able to two-shot him than risk losing that energy, really. Because if Great Tusk goes down, that energy's gone. We used our Sada already. This switch in, significant for us. Right, because the Cyrus wins us the game, whereas if they had attacked, you know, and been able to heal up a little bit, I don't really know if they had much of a play there anyway, but you gotta love going up against a Mega sometimes, because instead of having to get through multiple of their Pokemon, you just have to get the one. And I'm doing the same amount of damage as a regular EX. So Koraidon ended up kind of being the star of that match. Less so Great Tusk. I'm just trying to feature Great Tusk, but we'll play a couple more here. And we'll see what we got going on. A much better start for us with the Great Tusk this match than with the Nacli. We kind of don't like the Nacli. And we've got a Froakie in the active. It's a water deck. Maybe Suicune Ninja. Oh, Staryu and Articuno. This is an old school deck. They're going to get the Froakie out of there. Starmie EX was like my favorite for so long. Starmie was so good in Genetic Apex. Like everyone played you know, Mewtwo decks and Pikachu decks, Charizard decks, but I all through Genetic Apex, I played Starmie EX. Starmie EX was so good. It was so fast. Now, of course, it's been power crept. I don't really think it holds up quite as well, but honestly, no retreat cost, 90 for 2, it's not bad. Maybe not as good as some of these doing 90 for 1, but, you know, looking at you, Zoroark, some of these other EXs today, doing a little bit better, but I love Starmie. I got a soft spot for Starmie here. Anyway, we got the Ancient Energy Booster on Great Tusk, got that bonus HP, we've got our 2 energy, we're going to go ahead and do 100 damage because we've got our arena out there, and we're going to heal some of it up, which just helps against a Cyrus play. The Greninja. The Starmie's ready to go. They're going to have to let Articuno go down. So they put the energy on Starmie. Had they not, you know, that would have been, they wouldn't have been able to attack anyway. We could copycat, but they don't have any cards, so it's kind of stupid. And we could have Karina, but we were going to KO him anyway, so that's also kind of stupid. We'll save the Karina for now, for the Starmie. Not a ton of HP, so it should be easy to take down. We actually should be able to do it. We're already doing 100. If we throw the Karina out there, it should be enough. So Great Tusk, shining bright in this battle, just what we were hoping for. Let's see who we get here. Koraidon. We could finish with Koraidon. I don't think we need to, honestly. I think the Karina should do it. If not, we can put the Koraidon in, but yeah, 130. There we go. Great Tusk. Alright, guys, there we go. Good game. Let's do one more just with Great Tusk, just to see. But yeah, I think there's a synergy, a natural synergy there that's working out pretty well for us. Is this the best deck ever? Probably not. You could do more. Right? You could do better. But I kind of like it. I kind of like the heals. I like the synergy there. Another Great Tusk start, which is what we'd love to see. We've got 5 basics here. 2 of them are phenomenal starts. 3 of them, not so good starts for us. So that's the biggest, I think, problem with this deck. Alright, we got our Garnganacl. We're up against a water deck again. A couple EVs, so we've got some Vaporeons. Alright, our Koraidon already in our hand. We'll keep it there for now. Manaphy going into the active. And they're not running the boosted evolution EV. Oh, Glaceon EX. I was not expecting that. Ooh, and the Sabrina. Rough Sabrina for us. Rough Sabrina. Okay, let's see. Got a couple options here. We could just start ramping Garnganacl. We could use the Koraidon to get it out of there. I think that might be the play. We'll put the Koraidon in. So it's already got 2 energy now. So we just kind of have to tank 1 hit. Which is fine. Again, this gives us an option to pivot, whereas like just Great Tusk wouldn't. So we might as well try to get the other Garnganacl online if we can. Which is tough with Koraidon because he wants to discard our own cards, which we don't love. Kept the Manaphy in. They didn't come in and do damage, which works for me, honestly. Because now we only have to KO 1 of those EXs. And let's just go ahead and World Wrecker, and we discard our Garnganacl. So putting the Nacli in might have been a mistake. But even if they Sabrina us, we could pivot into somebody better. We just have to worry about the Glaceon's ability, right? Does it do 10 to everybody, or does it only do 10 to the active? I think it only does 10 to the active. Oh yeah, we don't have to worry about that. So there's no Cyrus play there, that's okay. And we'll heal it up. Every time it does 10, we'll heal it up 10. Sabrina does nothing. They're both 160. They both have capes. They both have 3 energy. We're just going to use our Karina with our Arena, and we're going to do 160 and finish it up. Koraidon. Alright, a bigger focus in this deck for Koraidon, but I really like Great Tusk. I think Great Tusk is a fun Pokemon. So there you have it, guys. That is my Great Tusk deck. Let me know in the comments how you would make it better, right? And I'm keeping the focus on Great Tusk, not how would you make Koraidon better. How would you make Great Tusk better, right? Would you pair it, instead of Koraidon, would you pair it with a Mega Luca? You know, that's another option, but then you have another 2 Pokemon you got to add, because you got to add Riolu in. A couple of different ways you could go. I found that I just really like the Koraidon at the end, and I really like the Garnacls, right? You could probably do a couple of regular Lucas instead of the Garnacls, but its heals counters Great Tusk's big attack, which saves you from a lot of Cyrus plays. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see ya in the next one.